I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we are taking test question from past IBHL test paper. So I am only taking those questions which are slightly challenging and which students find difficult. So they share these questions with me and they need to understand how do we solve such a question if it appears in their own test. So we are going to look into all the related concepts, understand them, and then solve. The question here is, shown below are the graph of y equals to f of x and y equals to g of x. The two graphs are given to us. If f of g of x equals to 3, find all possible values of x. That is the question, right? So basically, we are given two functions, f of x and g of x, and f of g of x is equal to 3. Find x is the question, correct? So let's try to understand how do we solve such a question. So when I say f of g of x is 3, it means what? It is a composition of functions, right? So let us consider the composition of function as f of u, some function, which is equal to 3. So when I say f of u is 3, we are given the graph of f of x. When is it 3? So you can always draw a line at y equals to 3 and then figure this out. So we notice that y equals to 3 strikes the graph at 2 points. Correct? And these 2 points are at 0 and 3, correct? So we have drawn this line y equals to 3, which is for two values on the u. So u is equal to either 0 or u is equal to 3, correct? So those are the two values of u which we are looking at. Now look here, the inside function given to you is g of x, right? So that really implies that g of x should be equal to either 0 or 3, right? So if g of x is 0, what is x? That becomes the question. If g of x is 3, what is x, right? So for each value, we'll have to find the x values. So with that in mind, I hope the concept is clear to you. You can now pause the video, answer the question, right? So to solve for the exact values of x, now let us look into g of x equals to 0. So let's try g of x equals to 0. So that means we are looking at the x-axis. Where does the graph crosses the x-axis? Where the y value will be 0. So those are the 2 points, right? So that gives you -1 and 4 as two solutions. So we get two solutions from the first condition, which is g of x equals to 0, correct? Now let's look into the second condition, which is g of x equals to 3. So for g of x equals to 3, if I draw a line, it intersects at these 2 points, right? And that gives you possible values of x as being shown here, right? Which are 1 and 2, right? So for those two values of x, also g of x is 3. And that should give you f of g of x as the required value of 3. And therefore, we have our solution. Let us again have a second look at the solution. We are now going to interpret the function f of u as equal to 3, where u is equal to g of x. Does that make sense? Correct? So, to find the value of u first, we'll first find u, then x, right? So, first find u, then find x. Is that clear to you? So, that is the strategy which we are adopting, and that is the right strategy. So, to find the value when f of u is 3, you see this is 3, draw a horizontal line y equals to 3, it strikes the function at 2 points, which gives you the possible values as 0 and 3. Correct? So we get possible values of u equals to 0 and 3. Correct? Then we analyzed g of x. For 0 and 3, which is the inside function, right? U is g of x. So u is 0, that gives us, g of x is 0, that gives us two values, and which is x equals to -1 and 4, right? And for 3, we get the other two values, which are these two values, which are 1 and 2, right? And therefore, we have our answer, which is -1. Let me write them in order, right? 1, 2, and 4. Correct? So, -1, 1, 2, and 4 becomes the solution for this particular situation. You get the idea. So, that is how we solve this particular question. I hope this concept is absolutely clear. Feel free to write your comments, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.